clap for the Saints. I'm sorry. What? Did you lose?
Yeah.
Dude, I guess I'm so raged on Temple Run, dude. It's not even funny. And then, like, see, I told you I had Minecraft, the light edition, dude. That's what I'm telling you. I have it on my phone and my Xbox. Alright, what's up, guys? This is the second podcast. We did film this, was it a couple weeks ago? But I had really bad allergies. I don't know. We did talk about some pretty cool things, which we'll probably just re-talk about it in depth now. But this is my buddy Adrian. He is a local photographer. He also works at where I work at, my workplace. Tell me who you are. What else do you do?
I do photography. I dabble in filmography, videography. I dabble in some writing, like script writing, but like nothing too descriptive, nothing too crazy. Just trying to get my feet wet. Recently, I only started doing all that because of you, because like we started talking about like what makes a good script and bad script.
Yeah.
Story writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Filmmaking.
You can have action. Or like yesterday we were talking about Michael Bay films. It's like the older I got, it's like I love the action, but it sucks balls, dude, because I don't even appreciate the movies anymore.
Like the movie, like filming and editing is good. He has an eye for like
he does.
Screenplay, not screenplay. What's the term for it?
What do you mean? He has an eye for like cinematics or
there you go.
Like,
but like screenplay wise and screenwriting, he needs to.
They always make fun of him because he hires like 13 like screenwriters to write.
Yeah, ghostwriters.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, but when you see him on set, dude, the way he works and the stuff that how he does it, it's just like go. It's like you have to respect his work ethic, which I do.
Yeah, I get it, but
respect.
But it comes down to like quantity over quality. Like I'd rather make a shitty film that doesn't hit in a blockbuster, but like the quality of it is good.
It's good that it has like a cult following.
Yeah, but anyways, I've been. Okay. I only wanted to start doing like filmography or videography because of Instagram. Someone on Instagram. Well, he's like a real photographer too. Like he just happens to have an Instagram account. His name's Spencer Miller. I think I showed you some of his stuff. Yeah.
Is he a YouTuber?
I think he has YouTube videos, but he's not a YouTuber. But he's a concert photographer. He shot Billie Eilish. He shot like a lot of rappers too. I can't name on top of my head. His most famous, I think, artist he shot is Billie Eilish.
Oh, okay. Is that like her go-to guy?
Not her go-to guy, but like it's just because he's made a big name in the photography, concert photography. He does like these cool tricks with like 2D photography, 3D, where he edits it to make it look like 3D.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I've seen like some of them on Instagram where it's like kind of like a boomerang, right?
Yeah, it kind of moves like that, but like he's done it to the point where like you zoom in to the act on stage, and then you zoom out, and then you get the whole picture. So he does it like to a certain level. There's also other Instagrammers and YouTubers that I follow or used to follow that got me into it, but it's just I know it's a lot more time than photography, like
filming wise. Yeah, because you have to like, or at least recently now you have to like do like location scouting and figure out the angles.
You gotta find someone that does cinematics,
group work and stuff like that. Which was it 2 weeks ago when I did that music video? Like I found like you could say like the ragtag team, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like filmmaking crew, like an actual person who really loves.
It's hard though. I'm a little selfish, so when we're talking about like okay, so this is music video by a band called Laney for their song.
You know, I was thinking about that the other day too.
For their song.
I know which one it is because I like the song actually. I'll look it up right now. Is it like Come By Me or Malibu Nights or something like that?
It's from their album Malibu Nights.
Good time.
Thick and Thin.
Thick and Thin,
yeah. It's a really dope song. But the video is so well shot and produced, and like The location was so good. I know
It's
what
a lot
the
of one
location
take,
is.
or it's like a one take, right? Or it looks like a one take
Yeah.
from.
It looks
the,
like
it's the whole
it looks.
beginning.
If you've seen the movie 1918,
17.
17. Sorry.
The war ended in 1918.
You've seen the movie 1917, which you probably should have by now because it's been a year old.
Yeah.
Or
It's
half
about
a
to
year
be.
old.
It's about to be. Yeah.
a year old. Or Birdman, which I haven't seen with Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, neither have I. But I
Yeah.
know there's
But
Mario
Mario
famous.
is talking about but if you've seen either of those movies, it follows that same type of cinematography, where like
Hidden cuts.
yeah, it's hidden. So like we talked about this in the car. I don't think you believe me, but if you watch it, there in the beginning. So the video.
Oh no. Yeah.
We'll talk about the video for a little bit. So what happens in the video is that like it's a breakup song first of all. So you have like the shot of the main girl through an aquarium, right? That's how the first shot pans out, and it's a. I want to say it's a wide, not a wide angle. I think it's like it's a cinema shot. I forgot what the ratio is. Is it like 1200 something to 1? I looked this up last night.
12:19, or is that what you're talking about? Or?
I think it's 12:19 to 1, where it's like it's a perfect crop of like it's a perfect rectangular crop.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of catch everything and the details of it too, right? And then I think from the shot she moves to the right and the camera follows her to the right, and then you follow her like her face out of the apartment. And as she leaves, you catch like the background people, the music, which is another one of their songs. There's a hidden cut when she walks out. She walks out into the alley, and you see those two people are actually his bandmates, like in real life.
Okay.
So you see those people. There's a cut in between there and between when the camera moves to her again, because what happens is she's walking towards them and she cuts her right, and the camera doesn't follow the back of her, because you're focusing on the guys, and then when you cut into the girl in the back, there's a cut there. I think, like it's right. You watching right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right there. There's some, and then when she gets in the car with the lead singer in the back, when the camera zooms into the hood of the car, there should be a cut there. I think
There might be. Yeah. Okay.
it's like
Cut.
right here.
All right. Okay. I would believe that it's a cut, maybe.
Right, either before this or like right here, because the thing is, what they can't show for that part of the video is that he's constantly in the back of the car. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then
I'll put the video like on the bottom so you guys can see what we're talking about.
But I think we were talking about the rigs, which was like
what would you have to use?
So the rest of the video is shot in Malibu, on the 1 freeway near Santa Monica.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact because like.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But
Well, no, I think it's no, it's definitely shot in Venice. That little area where she comes out is Venice, because it has to be Venice, because that road that they're going, that straightaway, it's the LAX.
But is it?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've seen that beach and that road, because on this side it's all fenced off and it's mountains.
Okay, so I guess it's farther south than I thought. Because what I was thinking is it's in like Malibu, because Malibu is past Santa Monica.
But that's too far, because.
Because you would see the pier.
You would see the pier. Yeah. You would.
Like,
a long time
yeah,
ago.
I always thought about that. Like, why can't I see the pier? It's in Malibu.
Because it's in Venice. Like, I feel like it's in the end part of Venice.
But
and then it ends in somewhere in like El Segundo.
Like somewhere halfway. But what's cool about the video is like he sit on like a regular sedan. Oh, they're driving a BMW, a 4-door. And then he sits in the trunk, and you can see, if you just pay attention, he's holding on to the thing.
Spoiler.
Yeah, like because like he has to. Obviously.
Yeah,
but like that's what they don't show too, which is cool, because like you don't want to give the illusion that he's not holding on to anything.
No, yeah.
Because like he's sitting down on the thing, and he has his hands like close, right? Mm-hmm. And then whenever he moves his hand, you never see this hand up at the same time, like he's grabbing it too, which is really cool. And the way they do it is they lift up the camera so you can only see him like, I think, stomach and up, so you don't get to see his waist down.
Oh, because you think this thing's tying him down?
Because you want to think that there's something tying him down, but there isn't really anything. Okay. It's just him holding on, but you don't want to let the audience know that he's holding on to anything to get the illusion. And then it's shot through three angles. One is like the car's right here, you're right here in the front, in
And
the
then
left
they pull to the
diagonal,
side. I feel like it was in the car.
and then
They followed them.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's
what's
the only
weird
logical
about it
point.
is what's weird about it is so when the car pulls out in the beginning like this, you get the whole shot of you following the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unless they have like an 50 to an 85 millimeter camera, you can't get that close up a shot if you're in a car, because you don't want to be, because if you're following them like this,
Yeah.
you're gonna see that weird angle when the car first turns out to the right. You're gonna see that weird dead angle like right here.
It might be like a 35 or 50 lens. I feel like possibly.
Like, but 35 is wide. 35 is like farther away. A 50 is like,
So then 50 then.
I think a 50 would be like, a 35 from
45,
here
I
would
don't
be
know.
like, I think.
I'm not gonna pretend I know anything that much about lenses.
I think
honestly, in film class, I just never paid attention. To
What?
that.
Okay, I think a 35 millimeter is like from where I am, I can see like this much.
Oh,
But
okay.
50, I can see like I can
That
see super
much.
close with the 50, and I think an 85 is closer.
Because I feel like if I ever, when I become a director and I'm talking to my DP, because I'm the director, I want to hire someone, a cinematographer who knows their shit
yeah,
about
but
cameras.
you need to know your lenses too, so you know what kind of shots you want, so it's easier for them to.
I would
pick
just
up.
describe it to them in my brain, like, this is what I'm looking for.
What? That is trash.
Alright.
Whenever I do pictures, I used to
I am
when
trying
I
to
did-
learn a bit more. But I'm just saying, like, for instance, and I'm going to take this quote, even though I'm not a Quentin Tarantino. He has said that.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about.
What?
The lenses don't matter as long as you get the shot.
As long as you get the
Something like
shot.
that, yeah.
As long as you
I
get
don't
the
like
shot,
that.
Or there's that, but he's also said too, as long as I'm the only person who knows the story more than anybody, you can have people who know about lighting more than you.
That's true.
Lenses about you, sound, blah blah blah. The director, you shouldn't have to be worrying about the sound. You should have hired someone who's good and got their shit covered. You are the director. You better have your shit covered as far as story, actors, and your
I get
vision.
that, but like
So,
the thing is, that's so chaotic. Maybe I like things to run like with the flow kind of thing, but also I like to have it structured. Like when I worked as like an assistant,
mhm.
the guy and the girl taught me like lenses. They're like, hey, just the basics are these. I didn't need to know the f-stops, stuff like that. They're like, hey, you have like they're using like crazy lenses. They're using like a 15 millimeter. They're like, here's what a 15 looks like. Here's what a 35 looks like, right? And a 30.
And I guess it
there's
is
a 50 and stuff like that. And I just know in the back of my head, like, it's
Wait.
so important for them to know, to tell me, because if I don't know the type of shot they want, that if they can't, it's like golf when you're like, oh, you think I need like
A
this
9
club here,
yeah.
and then I could, if I'm the caddy, I could be like, no, it's better if you have this one here, because I know what the clubs and what the lenses do. I think like for me, that makes it like more.
See, that's technically the DP though.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
director. The
But-
director is the golfer.
Yeah, but you need to have some kind of sense of knowledge
Oh,
of the things too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard for those people to get. It's a frame of reference. It's hard to get a frame of reference if they don't have any. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if you want to shoot with the 50, and I know what a 50 would look like from where. Say you're the director. I'm like the director of the photography. You're sitting right here, but we want like a full angle, like wide shot of this, right? You're like, I think we can stand like 5 feet back and use a 35 or a 50 millimeter so we can get like the nice details. But I could be like,
No,
why would we
want-
want to do that? When
I
we
want
can
the
use-
background blurred out, and I want the person. In
Yeah, but you
focus.
want like a wide angle. Let's say you want that, right?
Yeah.
I could be like, why would you want to just like do that when you can just get? Why would you want to like waste the time of like
trying to get closer.
trying to get closer and zoom in like that? And when you can just be as close to the person as you can and get everything with like this lens. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
that I get the point. I don't know. Film is different because like you have someone that dictates over everything, that gets the final say, just the directors and the producers. But like when you're taking pictures, it's up to you.
Oh yeah, as photography, which I feel like I think this semester I might enroll into school and start doing like taking
I kind of want to see if my school
Photography.
has like a class too.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I have to look into more of that, but yeah, I do want to take more photography because yeah, I do want to be able to know my shit as far as like even photography, just simple shit like with aperture,
Yeah.
and focal length and f-stops and shit like that. I don't know. I just never paid attention to that because I feel like my weak points, but I wanted them to be strong suits, were like screenwriting, like story, vision, pacing, and stuff like that.
The thing that's cool about cinematography is that like a lot of lenses have built-in bokeh in them, so you get the feel of an edit without having anything edited to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't want to say like a lot of filmmakers worry less about like lighting and stuff like that, but it's kind of true because 90% of the time you're on set, you're never like
on location.
On location.
That's fine.
But like when you are on location, usually you always know what you have a set time like, of when you want to be. But like so like your lighting is almost what do you call it? You don't have to worry about it as much because it's a schedule thing. But like photography, like it doesn't depend on you. Most of the time, it depends on the person, like the people that you're shooting, because it's their availability more than yours.
Yeah.
Because
what if like I'm only free from 6 to 7? You're like, you know.
And it's dark. And it's like, oh shit, I guess we have to make do with what we got. But like with the film, it's like you have that guy. Yeah, but like with film, you have to be like, oh, we got to be here at 9:30 sharp, and we'll end at 5:30. Like that's your time because that's your window of like sunlight on location. But if you're not, like, okay, we got to be on set from 8:30 to 8:30 again. But you're like, you have artificial lighting, you have like reflectors, sets. Yeah, you have like backdrops, you have reflectors, you have like what do you call it? Props, stuff like that. So it's easier, but it's still
hard in a sense.
It's a greater physical amount of work compared to like mental work with photography because. I don't know.
Anything could be art, and you can put someone in front of the fucking tree.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the video.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's because you can justify it.
No, I know you can.
Sometimes you can't, and it's trash.
Exactly.
Back to the video. So we were the first thing RÜBEN thought of was like having the camera rig on the hood of the car, right? But to me,
no, yeah,
it just doesn't.
It's stationary.
I forgot why it doesn't make sense. No, I mean you can have like a
more control
like a legit rig, not just like a mount.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so you're talking So you're talking like a 3-axle rig to where it's like stabilization. You're in the car, and you're kind of like a drone.
But to me, at the same time, like that. I don't know. The thing that's always been weird for me is like how fast are you going in the car that's shooting compared to the car that's like being shot. Because if you have a 3-axle rig, you gotta get pretty much the same speed to get that close of an angle. But
maybe
I don't know, because what we were thinking is if it was handheld with like a
stabilizer, yeah, like hook up one of this like a more expensive version of the Sony camera on one of those.
There's a term for it. I forgot what it's called.
You got a rig.
It's not a rig. Okay, well,
you get a rig, stabilizer,
gimbal.
Okay.
Gimbal.
I was thinking
like more like the. Because a rig is like when you're.
No, you talking about the one like this one, or you talking about the?
Well, this is a rig. No, this is still a gimbal.
That's a gimbal too. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a 3-axle gimbal.
I think
so you can move.
I don't know, one or the other, but in my head, what I've always thought is like
convertible too, right?
Huh? Convertible? No, I didn't even think about that. Convertible would, I think, make sense too, but for some reason, the easiest, but like most.
I don't know why. Let's try to check and see. Yeah, it's recording. I just like, did I not press record?
Okay. Anyways, but in my head, the most painstaking way to do it is 2 cars, 2 or 3, up to like 5 different days, and you shoot different angles.
No, it's I feel like we get it.
That's too much work. That's right.
No, it's not too much work, dude.
Yeah, it is.
How? You leave like right there.
Because you gotta close the street for those 5 days, for the shooting time. That's what they did.
Oh no. I'm talking. Oh, you already looked
it up? About the video. No, if you check.
I'm talking about the video. I'm talking about they just shot it in 1 day.
No, that's what I'm thinking. But initially before knowing all of this, it's like the most painful way to do it is elongating it for like 5 days.
And then trying to stitch it all together.
One shot from here, one from here, and one from here, and stuff like that. Because it makes sense because like, and then you do the cuts like in between like somehow like you seamlessly do it. But
it's no CGI.
Doesn't CGI.
All right. Okay. So I was watching the VFX guys on YouTube. They're called. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
And whatnot, and they were doing the thing about 1917, and there's those hidden cuts are actually CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something. And no offense, this is an indie band, so I'm like,
Yeah.
do they have the budget for that many CGI cuts?
Probably not.
Honestly, dude, I feel like.
I think. Okay,
Here's
my theory.
All right.
Aside from think about the convertible as a truck. They just sit on top of on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like the gimbal just kind of like running in through them. But remember the issue that we had with that is like, if you even have a sunroof or you're on the truck, you're at a higher angle, but the shots never come up like this. The shots were always like pretty linear. Maybe a couple degrees up to where it's like not noticeable. But if you think about it, like if you're on a truck, that truck over, you guys can see it, but that truck over there is pretty tall. Like any truck is sedan is pretty tall.
I think it was like a convertible, like with the sunroof or some shit.
But you have to still stand up to get over the window.
So maybe the rig was like down here.
That's what I'm thinking. But like it's still at a higher angle. I don't know how it's just weird. What always weirds me out is how is the camera still like pretty linear to the person, to where the point where like to the point where they can still lift it up high enough where it doesn't cut them. So that's what I was thinking. That's where the lens comes in. Because with like a wider angle lens, you get everything more.
So maybe
with the yeah. But the whole point of this is I really want to recreate it.
Yeah,
you guys should check. I think whoever watches this should check it out.
I'm gonna put the video like so. Well, I'm not gonna overlay, but I'm putting a little square box and they can see it like what we're talking about earlier. Yeah, I can do that.
Oh shit! I never did.
I usually do that on my YouTube videos. Like if I'm talking about something or whatnot, I'll overlay another
like a
video
dual
on top
screen
of it.
kind of thing.
Yeah. So while we were talking, I'll have the video playing so they can see. Or earlier when you were describing the beginning of it.
You'll have it.
I'll
like
match
side by side kind of.
Yeah. I'll sing it so they can see that beginning part to like.
Or you can just cut into it without the music.
No, yeah, I'm gonna like just mute the music or whatnot.
But anyways, like it's a really cool video. Like the concept of one take shots is not new. No, but like what you do with that idea of it is new.
It is new. It could be there's ways to do it for fighting, just dramatic movies, action, or anything like that. And
like I never watched it, but I've seen clips of it, like the
Extraction.
No. Halloween, the new Halloween that came out like. The beginning.
One good
spoiler. I probably already saw it anyways.
Yeah.
But like one good long take is when we finally see Michael Myers and he's walking down the street to a house.
With the shed open.
Yeah, with the window open.
No, it was a shed.
Oh, this is in the beginning. It was the window open because he was trying to get into a house and she killed that lady.
No. So what happened was he goes in the shed first, dude. He gets the knife. You know, that's like, oh wow. There's a perfectly nice kitchen knife in the shed that is, or no, maybe it was a hammer.
No, it was a hammer.
Oh, it was a hammer. Oh, okay, that's what it was. He gets a hammer, goes inside that house.
I probably wasn't paying attention to the shed part. Okay.
Yeah, because he goes in the backyard and then he goes to the back door of the house and then smashes that girl's head in.
Is that what he did? I thought he like climbed in through the side of the window.
No, that's the second person he killed and he fucking stabbed him through the face.
I don't remember that.
I'm gonna have to overlay this video too.
Yeah, but there is a scene where like he walks up to the street in front of the house. You watched it, so you know more than me. So this is Ruben. What it was saying is like, so what they did is, what was cool about it too, I think it's CGI. It's like
the head
on the reflection of the window.
Yes.
It's so good. So he had a mask on by then, right?
He did, yeah. He already had the mask on.
Yeah, it's a 3-minute shot.
So 4 minutes, like one take.
Yeah, so he had his mask on. He stands in front of the window like this, and then like, what was that, 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds? He comes forward to make it look like, to give the illusion of him being reflected in the window, and you can see like his face in the window. It's CGI obviously, but it's pretty well done. And then starts like oh yeah, okay, I remember that. So and then like he
this lady doesn't anyway, but you know.
And then like
the point.
At the house shot was like literally just the cameraman in front of the house through the window the whole time. The whole time he came in the house, he killed her, got the knife,
and it was slow. Like it was no cuts. It was just built up that suspension.
Good. The suspense was good.
Here and then.
Yeah. All they did was zoom, right?
Yeah.
All they did was zoom. So like at one point in the shot, you don't see the front door. You don't see like the windowsills, but you just see like it's as if the director wants you to follow him through
His kills.
But
like you just
you're
nothing
not
you can do
behind
about them.
But yeah. So you just see him through outside, but the movie makes it feel like you're inside the living room. Yeah, it's so good. So good.
That movie, honestly, like that really brought back like the Halloween vibe and the scare from the first one.
I thought so.
That.
The first one was, I don't remember watching the first one.
Really?
I watched it when I was like 8.
I've watched it multiple times. I think I burnt the VHS tape that I had of it. That's illegal? What the fuck? From rewinding it too many times. I did that with another movie.
Oh, that's what you meant?
Yeah, what would you think I meant?
You burnt it on the CD. I was like, how do you do that?
Remember I told you about my days about burning music on the CDs?
Yeah, he used to burn music on CDs from LimeWire.
Yeah.
And if the FBI wants to come in, he lives on a, I don't know his street address. It's Center Street.
1-3, yeah, Center Street.
1123 Center Street.
That's not the only thing I did too. I did remember fake Gatorade and comic books.
Okay, but like
the girl
the comic book is hilarious. Okay, we can't talk about it now, but we'll talk about it later on a different one.
What do you mean?
Like on a different. Maybe we'll talk about it with like Connor.
Get his feedback on that.
But anyways, yeah. This is a long-aided intro, but anyways, yeah.
Oh, film? Hey, it's what you do.
I do.
I mean,
how long have you been shooting? 30?
Oh, I do. I mean, I didn't even start a timer, to be honest with you. I have no idea.
Oh, 26.
Oh, that's not bad. It seems longer.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
But anyways, I do, yeah. Videography.
Next time you're free, we're gonna do like a very like raunchy take of that.
The comic book thing?
Or actually, no, not the comic book thing. No, of the music video. You in the Hood.
What? What do you mean? Oh, like do like a
recreate that? Yeah.
In the Hood?
Yeah.
Dude, I did get like arrested here. I feel like we get pulled over for sure. I thought about it. I thought about doing it.
We'll go to San Bernardino.
I thought about doing it like through downtown Redlands, like shooting it like that. But in my head, I'm like, that's too many cops. That's just so annoying. That's another thing they did. They had to close down like that long stretch of road. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you noticed it. At the end of the video, there were no cars behind them when they panned to the
Yeah, I did notice. Yeah.
Yeah. There's only cars on the other side. Yeah, but.
Or maybe they did have a police escort on the back of them.
Nah, I doubt it.
I don't think so.
No, because like cars can still pass with the police escort. If the cops pull over to the side.
No. I'm talking about like, so the 2 cars are driving, right? And then you have maybe 2 cop cars or 2 police cars going at the same time behind them.
Nah.
You're not going to see it, but I mean. Then I have to watch the video again because I feel like there's a couple of times. No, I was going to say, there's no time where the car's in front of them, is there? No, it's always you see the singer.
Them.
Okay,
yeah.
so then never mind.
No, I don't think so because I think it's more money.
True.
Or like the same amount of money, but more.
We'll have to talk to the DP of this. I just feel like we have to contact whoever the fucking director of photography was on that day.
That'd be cool. I can just
input.
DM the guy.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think he'll respond.
We'll both DM him. We'll go on Instagram and we'll DM the band or whatever.
Hit me up. How do you guys do the video?
Yeah.
I think it's probably like 2-3 days.
I feel like they're gonna say, oh, we just didn't have that much money, so we just did it on one fucking day and we got lucky with the traffic and everything.
Can you imagine?
Part of me just wants that to be the story because I feel like, damn.
That would be possible now during like well, it would have been possible like 2 months ago with like quarantine.
Oh, hell
yeah!
But
now people
are back, alive and doing well. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you said yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I do photography, a little bit of film.
But what happened now? Tell them about you selling your fucking your Xbox games. Your fucking camera. What's happening?
I don't want to say who I sold it to. I'll tell you after. It's a company.
Okay, cool.
I mean, well, my idea, the thought in my head is like, okay, it was still quarantine, like nothing's open then. Nothing was open by then.
I do remember you kind of telling. Yeah. Which makes sense.
Let's start from the beginning. I bought my first camera, my first legit camera. I started renting them 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. It was a Sony A6000.
Oh, okay.
It was a APS-C.
No, when you rent them, is it like a day, a month,
Depends,
an hour?
like a week. It's like I was cool with the guy because I kept renting it from him.
Mm-hmm.
So like first I rented like a Canon Mark IV. It was like Canon 5D Mark II or 3, so it's a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Still expensive camera to buy. Yeah, I was
It
renting
is.
it for like $400 or $500 for 2 weeks. Not bad, because I was going out and learning how to shoot, so I was using it almost every day except for work.
That makes sense.
I was like, okay, it's not bad. And then once I got to know the guy more, I rented the Mark IV, 5D Mark IV, for like a month, for just literally $500.
Oh, that's
he
not
was
bad.
like being really nice to me, and then I was gonna buy a Canon, but then I was like, I think Sony systems is just nicer.
As far as like color grading
low
goes,
lighting,
yes,
and
that's
color
it.
grading, so I was like, okay, I'll use that, because I think Canon has a mirrorless full frame. I think it's the EOS R. I think is the one, but mostly they sell DSLRs because mirrorless was not
a thing back then.
Pretty recent. And I bought that. I was thinking I bought it for $1,000. It was like the first year and a half or two when it came out.
Oh.
And the A6000 series didn't have the 64, 63, 65, 61. They had the 61, but it was still like a little
new,
yeah. And I only got the stock 16-50mm lens. I could have gone for the 55
I need
to
to upgrade
210.
my lens.
Yeah. Then I used it for all the pictures that if you've seen the pictures on like the Instagram, my old Instagram, and the ones that you used, and
The photography one?
the older photography one,
And then
like
your main one.
my old main one, and then the one that you put up sometimes. It was all used within the Sony, remember? Like some of your
The pics that you took of me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, all of them were.
Yeah, like 99% of them were with that camera, and then 2.5 months ago, about 2.5 months ago, I sold it to a coworker who gave me $5 for it, and then I used that $5 and the money I got from the stimulus check
Oh yeah.
to buy the A7 II for $1,000, including the lens. It came with a lot of things: lens, SD card reader, SD card, bag,
Everything.
everything. Like even the fucking filters. Like I got 3 filters for it,
Oh
and stuff like that.
damn.
Just
One of them
just
looks like this,
compact
doesn't it?
filters.
Oh okay.
Yeah. And I thought my friends and I were talking about, because one of my friends who shoots live streams for the church during quarantine, and I think they were using a Canon or a Nikon, one of the newer, not the newer one, but one of the newer series from maybe 5 years ago. They're talking to me and my other friend who we had the same camera then. It was like, what would be a good camera for shooting videos? We instantly went to Sony, and we're like, if you get the R series, it's usually, if you get the S series, A7 S series, it's usually really good for videos, especially low light videos. The A7 series is just for photography. The A7R is photography and more. It's a master of photography, but it's also a jack of film videography.
Yeah.
But the A7 is the A7S is the reverse of that.
And then I think the 50 one that I have.
I think that's mainly for videos, right?
Yeah, or for both, but yeah, mainly for video, for vloggers, you can say.
Yeah. It's a vlogging camera for the most part.
Yeah, because I can do this and shit.
And then
Plus, I just want. It was only $500 for this too.
yeah, and because her and her boyfriend was gonna buy it and split it, and I was like, "What's your budget? How much do you want to spend?" Because we, like me and my friend, we know the budget of how good you want to be.
The cameras.
Yeah, she's like 1,500 split. I was like, she can get the A7S II for I think 16, so it's like 1,500 and a little bit more. And then we were looking at that, and then we were like, "You guys ever want to be bougie? You can get the A9 series."
Why to get bougie? You just fucking.
The A9 series.
You're trying to make the next Transformer movie.
The A9 series is literally like down payment on a fucking car. It's like $4,000.
Oh my god.
And I think it's strictly for, not
Film.
strictly, but it's really good for videos.
Oh, okay.
And then we were like, if you can get the A9, You can just go for the A7R4. It's like $5,000.
What kind of church video is this, dude?
We were just like fucking with her. Like, if you got the money, like, just go out, like, spend that much.
Yeah, you're gonna have like the dopest church live streams on the planet, dude. It's gonna be high resolution. You're gonna start
you can see like the pores of their skin and their sweat. It's crazy, but
the
like
candlelight, you see the spirits.
The spirit
come through the lens.
The spirits.
It's gonna look like Ghostbusters. I can see from Ghostbusters.
That's not spirits.
What? What is it?
I don't think they're. No. That's something else. We don't fuck with those. But in the middle of like doing research with her, just when I went to the beach to check out the.
You can figure out why this doesn't record any longer than like 10, whatever the fuck.
It's set to do that. You know that, right?
Is it really?
Yeah.
How do you unset it?
You have to go through it. You have to YouTube it. I forgot. It's like an unnecessarily long process.
Unnecessarily.
But speaking of like short video recording, I think the first Sony system that can shoot up to 30 minutes is the A7 II or the A7. Yeah, it's the A7 II. It shoots the A7 III. A7 no, it's the same A7R2.
That can film 30
A7S2.
minutes nonstop.
30 minutes nonstop.
But then this is probably
But everything beforehand is about 10 to 15 minutes max. You can YouTube it to make it go 30 minutes. But the problem is with these is that because they're so compact and small, the battery gets drained by the LCD
I
screen.
don't fucking care.
Well, I mean, it's not like you can turn off the LCD screen.
No, I know, yeah, I'm saying, but if I can film a decent 30 minutes
You
of
can.
continuous footage,
Yeah,
you know, because you think about it, if I'm actually doing, besides podcasting, if I'm doing like filmmaking, on what, 30 seconds of what, a minute long take, if that?
Yeah.
So.
But I don't know. I forgot what the downside of it's like jailbreaking your camera technically to make it go past the 10-minute marker. But anyways, when we were researching, my friend and I saw the A7R2 on sale from I think 1,800 to 1,500, but that's just the body.
Oh, not the fucking.
Yeah.
I've seen some of those like.
And the camera, I mean, with the 2470, which I think is the stock lens, it's only like 1,600, so it's not too bad, because they were about $2,000, like without the sale.
Yeah.
So in my head, it's like, should I exchange my A7 II for the
you.
R2?
Yeah.
I did, right? I contacted the people through email. They were like, we can give you up to 70% of the resale. Oh no, we can give you 70% of the value of the camera
You bought.
that I bought as either store credit, like money, like legit money,
Yeah.
or no, those are the only two
There's only
options.
two ways, or
Yeah.
we give you in candy.
You would give me in pennies.
Or we could do this.
And so I was like, oh shit, I paid $1,050. It's $998 without tax. 70% of 900 was about it's 630, 650, give or take.
I don't know.
So I was like, man,
Calculator.
I was like, dang, I can get $600 for this. Now, if I turn that in for store credit and I can get the A7R2, I'd only have to spend $1,000. But that $1,000 I can use on my credit card and I can just pay it out pretty easily, right? So the deal went through just about 2 weeks ago, week and a half. It was 70% off the resale market value. And you know what the resale market value is?
I don't want to know.
600.
No. So then it was less?
It was less.
No.
The camera.
Wow. They didn't tell you that?
They weren't explicit about it. Maybe I just like
Fucking
misread.
cons, dude. Nah.
Maybe I mis. No. Maybe it's not. I don't think it's entirely their fault. Maybe I didn't read the.
We're gonna go to
line.
court, dude. Nah.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna go to court.
Why? I spend more money on the court than getting the money back. I'd lose money. What the fuck?
You imagine like, oh yeah, no, you're not.
No, or like, yeah, I'm gonna charge you $500 an hour. I can only go $420. I only have $5. No, but okay.
We'll
I
give you
think
Benny. He's a good lawyer.
Benny, some random dude.
So guy. What?
No, okay. I don't think I read like the details about it. Maybe they were like
And
saying
fucking print on the very fucking
maybe
bottom.
I don't know.
That's a fucking rip.
But it's 70% off the resale value, and the resale was 600, so I only got 420 out of it. With 420, it's still some money. It still makes a dent.
900 though.
Don't remind me.
Yeah. See, I don't know. You're
Well,
trying
no.
to talk yourself out of this.
No, but like I still got a good deal on it. Technically, I only spent like 500 because the camera was I think 1600 with the lens. Yeah, the sale was crazy. It went from 1600 to 1000, and I got $420 off that 900 to 1000 back.
Alright,
so I only spent about 600 on it, which in the long, if you do the math properly, I got $1,000.
If you do Adrian's math,
well,
you're good. If you do my math, it seems like you got ripped off.
I did. No, I still got ripped off, but for the camera, I only paid. I got 1,100 off from it.
Okay.
Technically, I still did get scammed from the resale
silver
value.
lining of the story? Please tell me you get a better and improved camera.
No, I will, but not anytime soon. But I was just saying, like, 420. I'd have to spend 1,100.
Yeah.
To get the camera again, and I don't know. I don't think I will anytime soon though. In my head, I'm like, man, I kind of want to just buy the A7 II again. But I was like, why would I want to spend like
Why go back down? It's kind of like
yeah. Why would I go back to square one with all of this? Like, it doesn't make sense.
You're here. You're in limbo.
But,
so just
yeah,
keep going.
but that's the thing. Like, I only sold it to that company because in my head I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna want to buy an A7 II for 1,000 when they can just buy it brand new for 1,000 from you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the only selling point I have is like, hey, I'll give you like all these other accessories that I have. But in my head, like, I kind of want to keep those accessories too. So I could have sold it for maybe 800, but since it was like during quarantine, I don't think anybody would be willing to buy a camera from like maybe some people, but buying camera off of Craigslist and like Facebook Market at that time is sketch for 90% of people who are looking for a good camera.
For real.
But people who are trying to scam me, they'd buy it. I'm 90% sure people who would buy it are scamming me instead somehow. But yeah, that's the story. That's why I don't have a camera now. And I was looking at
So now you're gonna be my model, and I'll shoot you. Because I'm trying to do more. Oh no.
I don't know.
Take a.
What the fuck? What do you mean? I don't even have better hair.
Oh, even better. Let's work.
No, I'm just kidding. I was looking at the Canon EOS R system. It's like 1,000, I think 800. I was like, maybe I'd get my hands in on some Canon gear. And I was like, nah. I did see for Father's Day, they were selling the Nikon Z6, which is good for. No, it's online.
Oh.
The Nikon Z6, which is good for film or like for filming, for like 1,100 off of 1,800.
It's not bad. So it's 700.
Yeah.
700.
I didn't get it though. I was like, I don't know if I want it system, but hopefully when it comes to Black Friday, Sony will have. I'm thinking Sony's gonna come out with a new camera sometime this year or next year, right? Yeah. And on Black Friday they're gonna have the A7R2 on sale. Hopefully the A7R3 on sale too.
That would be good, yeah.
But I remember a friend of mine got this before. It's so nice.
4,000?
No, like he had the A7R4 system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he spent 4,500. But I mean, he does it.
But like, see, when you have
it's
that
an investment for him.
No, it is. Yeah. When you get like, I mean, for me, you think about, I spent close to 800 just for my whole drone setup, as far as like controller, the drone, and then the extra batteries. Another 600 for this shit. 130 for the DJI gimbal or whatnot.
It's like $1,000.
Yeah, we're almost.
But it's over time though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But he dropped 65 on
just
like,
right there.
Right there.
I wish I had that much money. Just like But see, if I had that much though, I would spread it out.
That's the thing. If I had that much money,
I would upgrade my drone. Maybe upgrade.
It said. I mean, he has like a good job.
He does.
So
I'll get that back tomorrow.
It set him back like only 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
Realistically,
Really?
Yeah. And that 4,500, he put a budget for it. Obviously, he's like, I need to pay for like his car, his apartment, and
food,
stuff like that. Yeah. But like he saved up for it. But still, 4,500 is still 4,500 in one go.
How many of the viewers watching this have like just 4,500 right now? I don't. Like, oh, you did?
No.
Oh shit! I was gonna say, hey, I got close to 25, but that's fucking 45.
I'm close to like only 1,500 because of emergencies. But yeah, I think the A9 II, I don't know, the A9 and the A7R4 are the most expensive Sony cameras out right now. Next to like, I don't know, next to the Canon there's a Canon one that's really good. It's a DSLR, the EOS. I don't know if it's an EOS. I think it's the 1DX, 5 or 6 grand. It's pretty good, but it makes me sad talking about how expensive these cameras are.
Yeah.
And, like, I want to do photography.
And
I
then-
think about that sometimes. Like, man, the camera is just like the main thing you get. You haven't even touched like the reflectors, video lighting, like backdrops, lenses,
editing apps.
editing. Oh well, I have Lightroom. So
I was saying.
but
I've been messing around with it. Like,
yeah, it's just a pain, dude. But
What?
I don't know.
Damn.
But the main goal.
Oh, not well. You see what you're saying, but I do want to talk Snyder Cut, DC.
Ooh.
So continue what you're gonna say, but that'd be the next segment.
I don't know if I said. Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
So,
DC universe, boom. Zack Snyder Cut.
So, Zack Snyder came out with Justice League, the movie, 4 years ago?
2017.
3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Right?
Because they
But
started
the
filming in
movie-
2016, right after Batman vs Superman, like
Yeah.
right after.
But the movie was announced in 2014. Late 2014, early 2015.
No, it had been 2015.
So, something like that.
Kind of, but like leaks, like because they came out with that
It was
first
just
trailer
like-
for Batman vs Superman.
It wasn't
and Dawn
leak-
of Justice
I
because
don't-
there was no name. It was just
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just called Batman vs Superman, and then it was that teaser. I remember at Comic-Con. Yeah, it was just the teaser, like legit footage teaser, and it said Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice or whatnot, and then I think
Is that the title of the movie?
yeah,
No.
Dawn of Justice, yeah,
Was it?
because that's what kind of gave it away, like Dawn of the Justice League kind of, and then I think that Comic-Con they brought out the other actors like Jason
yeah.
Momoa, because
They
in that
brought out,
that first
Gal
picture,
Gadot.
yeah, Gal Gadot, but then they also brought Jason Momoa, and that first picture was like
And they
Unite
brought
the Seven,
what's his name?
Ezra Miller,
Ezra Miller. They brought everybody from Justice
yeah,
League.
exactly, yeah, and like
I forgot the black guy's name.
Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher. But so the movie came out in 2017. Box office was bad.
the light was good.
Box office trash. Movie wise,
Dude,
I like
Batman,
it.
you like Justice League?
You didn't like Justice League?
Oh, hell to the no, dude. You liked it?
Not
No.
cinematography wise. I just
I
like
don't
the
fucking
story
care.
of it.
I didn't even like the story of it either, dude.
You don't like the story? The story is the same thing as the DCEU animated. Same thing as the DC animated movie.
Almost.
Apocalypse.
I feel like they cheated. I feel like they should have went all the way. If they're gonna copy like Justice League War or any of those other animated,
War.
yeah, mostly if they copied War, if anything, like the quick. But see, that's the thing. They didn't even dive in the full backstory of Cyborg. I feel like okay, so for the Snyder Cut, I feel like the things that they're adding in that were cut out originally was
Hold
what.
on. So I that's what I was gonna say next.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want me to
Wait,
say?
you didn't like it?
The-
What didn't you like
Okay.
about it?
All right. The one main thing was Henry Cavill's mustache. That whole CGI at the beginning. Like as soon as I saw that part,
I'm just
I'm
gonna
just saying. But you can't tell me you like that part.
No, I don't like it. Nobody does. Yeah, go on.
No. I don't know. Some of the story points, like Cyborg's whole main backstory, it just cuts right to him already being Cyborg. And so, like again, as the audience member, you're like, "Who's
What do
this
you
new
mean?
fucking robot?" They didn't even show. Okay, so unless you paid attention to Batman vs Superman, you saw a footage, a glimpse of how he became Cyborg. But that's about it on a laptop. They literally the opening
Oh,
sequence
yeah.
is just him staring out of his apartment building, and his dad's there or whatnot, and a cloak. And the same thing with Barry Allen. You just the first time you see him is when Bruce Wayne comes to his place. You don't even know who he is. You don't get a little backstory of who these characters are. And I feel like the Zack Snyder cut, what the stuff that was cut out was Cyborg's human version of his life with his mom and whatnot.
Man, yeah, I like the
That's-
movie still. It's not a great movie. I gave it like a fucking 6 out of 10.
Okay, yeah, mine's around that
I still
point,
did.
too.
Okay, only reason why I liked it is like because it's a Justice League movie. That's it.
Okay.
Like cinematography, pretty much bad. Not all of it was bad.
No.
You have to admit, but 90% of it.
Because
Was
some
bad.
of it was
Some of
Josh
it was
Whedon
pretty good.
and some of it was Snyder's. That's why it was
Yeah.
like half and half.
Color grading was terrible.
Yes.
You can tell, man, if you watch the movie, you can tell that. So, okay, well, backstory. What happened? Zack Snyder had to dip out of the movie because his daughter died.
Yeah.
It was sad. And the worst part about it is he didn't have the power to say,
Can we put it on hold and let's postpone it
He
to like
didn't.
2018.
He had the power, but the studio didn't give it to him.
No, because of the results of BVS.
Yeah. So, like, what happened? What basically happened is that pretty sure he wanted to put a hold on it until he feels like he can recuperate more, or at least until his daughter's funeral is over. But the studio saw that BVS tanked, and if putting it on hold for studio, when you put a movie on hold,
that's money.
It's money because like you have to reserve that lot. You have to reserve the.
Well, you still have to pay those people, but then you get an extended basis, so that's more money out the door. And then you also got to think about time release, whenever they release it.
Usually, when the movie is on hold, whatever you already have shot is the time to edit.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's money being put into resources, and then what's another thing is, the actors can't back out of that movie because it's still being shot. It's just put on hold.
Exactly.
So Henry Cavill wouldn't have been able to do Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to do Mission Impossible.
But they finished filming or whatnot, so then he was able to go and do it.
Yeah.
But then
he only did like
But they had to do tons of reshoots though. Apparently, it was like they got called back months earlier before the movie was released, and they shot for like almost a month and a half.
Yeah.
Because that's when they brought in with Josh Whedon, who directed what is it?
Josh Whedon.
I'm trying to think. What? No, he did Avengers and Age of Ultron, but I think I know the TV series that he's famous for that I don't remember what it was.
Big Bang Theory?
No, he
I
did.
feel like he did Big Bang Theory.
I feel like he did. No, he did something else that everyone because when they brought it on for Avengers, everyone was like crazy about him. Like, oh my God, Josh Whedon.
I was gonna say The Mandalorian, but that's what's his name?
Fuck, Taika Waititi.
No.
But Jon Favreau. It's Jon Favreau. I mean, it's a bunch of other directors, but.
Oh yeah, Taika Waititi is supposed to direct season 2.
Oh, that's what he did. He did Firefly, Buffy, and Serenity, which are like some like indie low key and Cabin in the Woods.
I know Firefly.
You know Firefly? Okay, yeah.
I never watched it. I know it's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
But
I like
anyways,
Serenity.
And then the WB Studios saw that Josh Whedon was a successful director and producer. He is.
No, I know, but I mean, like, I would have
have
hired someone with the same style.
Exactly.
That's the
That's
thing.
the problem. Zack Snyder has a really noir kind of style. Like you really.
I would have hired Michael Bay. Talking about look and whatnot, I would have just hired Bay.
You know that Joss Whedon had to also take over writing too, right? Because the movie wasn't finished.
That's the other thing. I would have just told Bay, stick to the fucking action. Don't ever touch this
The
screenplay.
script wasn't fully finished. You know that, right? So
I do, yeah.
He would have had to, because he can't consult Snyder to write it for him. He'd have to do all of that by himself too.
All right, maybe I don't know. Someone
And
else.
I don't think if he did that, the studio's not gonna approve him in getting his ghostwriters. That's money.
It's
like
13 fucking writers. I was watching.
that's money for him them to take out. But anyway,
It's probably 6, but then it's like blank 13, like another fucking
it's 6,
spot.
and then each of them has like 1 or 2. But yeah, it's I don't know. You can tell it's a different movie at the end, the last half of the film when they were in the what's the country?
Russia or some shit. That
European
Russian
country.
family too. What
Some
was
Russian
that about?
family. I don't know. Honestly. Like the sky was red.
But though in the trailer
red.
a year ago, the trailer was all dark.
I'm colorblind as fuck, but that red is terrible. It's not even ketchup red. It's like shit stained red. It's like I had diarrhea red. Like I don't understand where they were going with the red. And it was and it matched fucking the Flash's suit so badly because his suit was like
red,
like dark red. And oh my god, it was just bad.
Think about that movie. When I think, I was just like, I don't know what I liked about it. There was just parts I don't know.
I just liked it because we finally got a
We did,
Justice League movie,
but I even told my brother, was it worth it? No.
Was it worth it?
No. I would have. I said to you,
I would have waited.
They should have waited. Yeah, wait. But you can't totally hate on Zack Snyder because I know people. I know Man of Steel. I love that movie.
Man of Steel is good.
Score and everything.
If you watch Man of Steel, which is available on HBO Max, I think.
No, I heard they took all the DC.
Not all of them yet.
No, I don't even think it's on Amazon, dude. Because I bought it, but
or
it's not kind of
Netflix. I don't know.
No,
they didn't take it off HBO Max yet. Not all of them.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
I think they're supposed to be out by the end of this month. But anyways, if you've ever watched Man of Steel, 90% of the movie is color graded and almost grayish white, right? you can't even tell Superman's suit is blue. It looks more like purple, like dark, super dark.
Now you're
blue.
colorblind.
Anyways, to me it looks purple.
It's
Like it looks
fucking
super
dark blue. It's dark blue, which I hear that's the main reason why people don't really like the suit, because it was a very dark.
Because it wasn't
suit.
like it wasn't not sky blue. It wasn't like
baby blue.
Baby blue.
Yeah.
Or even like royal blue.
No. It was this kind of blue, honestly, which people like were freaking out over.
No, I'm talking about like the original suit. Like
the original
comic book
suit.
one.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, no, well, man, it's getting dark.
Can you still see?
Oh, it's not bad.
No.
You probably just have to color grade it to make it
Brighter
a little bit.
Oh, I don't know if you can tell.
I can tell.
But
Jesus, relax, man. I can tell that it's not okay. But when you look at the comics, the only time, I don't remember. So, I'm a big DC Comics fan.
Not
right?
Marvel.
Marvel is always too complicated for me to follow compared to DC, because.
Oh, dude, we're gonna have to like, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna. Because
I'm a big DC fan.
But so, TLDR, too long, don't read. Marvel has three events in all of its comic book history, in recent comic book history, that really made it super hard to follow, right? Yeah. House of M.
Yes.
Which I think is the event of
the X-Men.
Of Scarlet Witch destroying all mutant kind.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
I was gonna say it's also the beginning where Magneto gets married, and then has those Quicksilver and whatnot.
And then Civil War, obviously.
Yeah.
And then the Infinity War, or
Infinity Gauntlet.
But the biggest of those three is the House of M, because that one lasted for years, and they had one of their best writers, Brian Michael Bendis, working on it, and one of their best illustrators. But after House of M, it was weird, and Marvel is crazy because every time I look it up now they have Sue and Franklin Richards have a son named Franklin Richards, I think is his name. I don't know. Correct me on that. He's literally like God. I don't know if you know about this, but he has the power of imagination to construct reality based on his imagination.
What the fuck?
So if he ever wants you out of the picture,
you're just
throughout all of the multiverse in Marvel, you're gone.
Yeah.
I think he can create multiverses, and then there's also a villain that can do the same thing. Like there's a lot of crazy stuff in Marvel. Like maybe in DC it's not as crazy because like within reason, if that makes sense. But Marvel does have a longer history, right?
No, what the fuck, DC, bro?
DC does.
Literally, Wonder Woman and Batman were almost the first heroes created.
Right, in the 30s.
Yeah, in the 1930s. Not even Captain America was in. Captain America was in. No, I don't even think he was the first. No. He was like written in the 60s, but his story was about the 40s. I believe.
Was it 60s?
Yeah.
60s or 70s? Maybe 50s.
I want to say 60s, dude, because that's when Stanley and Jack Kirby were making comic books.
Spider-Man is older than Captain America, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
40s,
So
right?
it can't be Captain America. He can't be in the 40s because Stanley is known for his first hero, which is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was his legit first one. I'm gonna try to look at the backstory on that.
I don't know about this anymore. I don't know much about this anymore. I used to read into it. But anyways, in the New 52 edition of Superman, his suit kind of looks like the Man of Steel Superman. Well, a little more like color-wise, if that makes sense. It's like darker.
Oh, you're right, dude. 1941.
For Captain America.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't technically a Marvel comic book.
Yeah,
he was from Timely Comics, whatnot. And then Marvel bought the rights or whatnot.
Yeah. But anyways,
they brought him back in 1964, like a whole new line. Yeah. So.
But anyways, with the suit color for Man of Steel, they did it in the comic books for the New 52 Superman line.
The same color scheme.
Kind of. It's like darker blue, but it's not like as dark as it is in Man of Steel.
I like that new line, especially with the animated features, because everything's
the 52.
Yeah.
By the way, the 52 is so underrated. I don't know why people hated it so much. And all this.
I think because it was like revamping everything, so it's like now you have to like watch all these and read all these comic books. But it was
crazily no, because they all had different backstories. They're not different backstories, but they just have like different reiterations of their backstory.
Yeah.
But like to me, it's like I would rather that than because what they did
trying to mumble in.
Because what they did after New 52 is. Oh my god, I forgot what they revamped the entirety of DC after New 52.
No, that was new. Yeah, that was the whole.
No, there's one more after this.
What? Really?
It was the introduction of the new Wally West. The new edition of Wally West.
What would I type in to Google?
It's Infinity
DC. Oh, Infinite Earth or some shit like that.
No, that's
That's right now.
Rebirth.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah, after New 52 was Rebirth. Rebirth had like a whole. Rebirth is the current DC, which I think is pretty cool, but I don't keep up with it. But anyways.
I do. Do you have the DC app?
What the? I don't read the comic books anymore.
What the hell? It doesn't even matter, dude. You can watch all the stuff on here.
You have to pay for it?
You do. It's like Netflix subscription, but it's totally worth it, dude.
Let me see.
You get all the animated features, the movies that we were just talking about. You get all of that, dude. Plus more, and the old.
Bro, I'm only interested in like watching the movies.
Well, then watch them. But you can also read the comic books on that too.
Oh, really? For free?
Yeah, for free. Well, it comes with a subscription. It's literally everything DC unlocked for $9.99.
I'll think about it.
Dude, you should.
But
Batman Beyond, the old Batman animated series. Oh, I cried. All childhood. Rebirth and shit like that.
we're talking about the movie.
Yeah, Zack Snyder crushed.
Man of Steel. Yeah, if you watch Man of Steel, the color grading it's nice. It's just appealing.
Yeah.
Like, although it is, don't want to take it there, but I have to. I thought about this. The only reason why it's appealing is that because it's a lot of white people. The color grading works for white people. I'll just be honest. Like the gray.
Hey, you should do it. What's his name?
The white.
Captain Hendricks.
Huh?
Captain Hendricks.
Hendricks.
Or Lieutenant Hendricks. Black guy that's in the army, dude.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. But like
Lawrence Fishburne? Perry?
let me think about. Yeah, I don't know. There's like it really only appealed to the white people in the movie, like the color grading. Like just if you see an indie film when it's like grayish, has a grayish tint to it, it really only appeals to people who have lighter skin in general. Lawrence Fishburne was good in that movie though. You have to admit.
Yeah, no, he was. Acting wise, right? Okay.
Acting wise.
So your skin
I don't know, just everything about it was good. People didn't like it because it's a weird Superman take, but
it's a modern take. It felt more real. Honestly, when I saw it, I for the first time I felt like it was super realistic for whatever reason. Maybe because there was like, I don't know, what's the like you saw like Sears or JCPenney's or IHOP or I don't know. It just looked like that setting was real.
What I didn't like about it is because of that though. I did want it to be more Metropolis, like fake Metropolis,
which I feel like Batman vs Superman kind of did.
Yeah, I didn't want to see JCPenney's unless they were sponsored.
It's close.
Smart.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, because what's corny?
It
should still be on.
I know, it's still fine.
What's corny about the comic books and the TV shows is the fact that they have fake JCPenney's. I think that's what's so nice about it. It's corny, but like it works. You know what I mean?
It does, yeah.
People, it's supposed to be satire. Like you're making fun of those companies by not naming them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Jace or like JP Penny or something.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like
Woke Donald.
Yeah, like
I've seen shit like that.
Like in iCarly, it's like the hair phone. Stuff like that. Like,
yeah, it's
like it relates to real life, but it's corny in the sense like it's not real. But they had their take on it.
It's kind of like the fruit phone in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's what would like make the movie. I think to me like a little bit more nostalgic to the comic book. But people just didn't. I don't know why people didn't like it. Like people just didn't like that Superman for some reason. I was like,
I think it isn't my. I think my only complaint I've ever heard consistently about the Superman. It's not like that. Very fantasy, goody two shoes. It's Christopher Reeve Superman. I feel like Christopher Reeve Superman, that first one, really set the bar high. But
first of all, go on.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was.
But I feel like you have to be realistic with things, and I feel like what Zack Snyder was trying to put was like, if he was put in this world, unfortunately, this world's not as pretty as it seems. You know, it gets very political, unfortunately. Like that's why I like the Young Justice on DC, because I feel like in the later 2 seasons they got very smart with the writing, and it was realistic as far as like these heroes are in our world, not the other way around. We're not in their world. You know, whether it's social media, you're being watched every second. You're being criticized every second. You know, and I feel like in somewhat it wasn't really the main focus, which is one of my key problems with Batman vs Superman, because I feel like they were trying to make a moral debate, but they didn't fully go. Kind of like Civil War, it was a moral debate. You know, you had people who wanted to do good but didn't want to be watched over, and you had people who wanted to be watched over to do good, and you could see both sides of that story. And I feel like in Batman vs Superman they didn't fully show that, you know, and so that's why I feel like
I don't know. First of all, Christopher Reeves is dead.
No, I know, yeah,
Right?
but it's a high standard though.
So fuck it. We're not in the 70s or 50s anymore.
No, I know, and I get that.
That was like my main argument against it. We're not like 70 years ago.
No,
like when it comes to like superhero stuff, like people who like Civil War shouldn't have shit to say about Man of Steel and BVS. Because Civil War is literally like a commentary, a social commentary about like
rights.
About rights and just like about separation.
Mm-hmm.
Like why should people who have power be above the law? It's a commentary basically. It's kind of like what we're experiencing
right now. Exactly.
So it's like
Watchmen.
I need to watch the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it literally has to do with what we're
the
talking
entirety of the movie too.
The movie too.
Which by the way, watch Watchmen. It's also directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, but anyways, like it doesn't. I don't know why people get pissy about. Oh, the movie don't look too like fantasy like. Go watch a fantasy movie. Go watch a fucking Superman
Go watch Sucker
movie.
Punch.
Yeah, go
Zack
watch
Snyder movie.
fucking Kill Bill.
That's really good.
It's like some shit like that. Like it's not.
I think what they wanted to be was taken out of what they already see.
What do you mean?
So it's kind of like if you were to make a movie realistically, it's like, oh, we still have segregation, racism, blah blah blah, and then some people are like, wow, that's realistic. It's a really good movie, and other people are like, wow, this is a shitty movie. It's reminding me of me.
Dude, I hate that reason.
Those people. Yeah. It's like I want to go to the movies to be taken out of it, which I totally get. I get that. I get that whole, you know. But like, that's the whole point of movies.
But the thing
is to fantasize to be in that world, and then unfortunately when the credits are gone, then you're back in reality.
But that's the issue though. Like what you can do with this, like also take what you want from the movie and learn about it. It can be a good or bad thing.
It's hard with no offense with some not that smart audience. I feel like that's the only. I feel like that's the bad part with, and I feel like it's fun now, or it's cool to look at it now, because I feel like when I wanted to make movies, I just wanted to make it just to like make it. My brother's face on it. But I feel like from here on out, I feel like I'm always going to be making movies in a different way. Like I'm gonna have to try to appeal to me, but be what's the word? Not pretentious, but like careful in what I say and do. You know what I mean?
It's starting to get dark now.
It's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
Should we just cut it? Damn, we're just getting good.
I know, dude. Fuck. I'm off Thursday. You can cut this part out.
Did you already stop it?
No.
Oh.
Just keep rolling. See? You can say. You can cut it whenever you want to cut it. I'm just saying.
Right now. Yo, what's up?
Hey, what are we doing?
I'm doing a podcast right now. You just ruined it. No, what? What'd you say? Oh, is it getting heated right now?
No, just okay. Open the one for me, you, and Roman, and if you want to watch it again, watch the one in each scroll. But
all right.
don't open both of them because you might not be able to hear the sound when you're on FaceTime, but just go open it right now and see.
All right, I'm gonna hang out with you, then I'll watch it.
All right, coming back.
All right, we're trying to cut it there, and then we'll have a part 2 for sure, because we're gonna have to talk more about DC and whatever.
Man, it's gonna be a long
podcast.